So as soon as students log in, this is the home page that they see on Handshake. You'll notice videos and content here. This is what's called a feed. And the feed allows any user of Handshake, so from any university, to post videos on career questions, their career experiences. You'll see some of these are how to get an internship with little to no work experience, making cover letters. So this is a feature that allows for short form videos to help other students in the Handshake community. You'll also see jobs on the homepage here for students. All of these jobs are selected based on what the student has said they're interested in. Same for employers hiring. Events that are upcoming are related to career fairs and employer events, so all of these are chronological. So you can see there's quite a lot on the Handshake homepage. The other thing I want to point out is the initials here in the top right corner. Um, these initials are essentially how the student accesses things like their profile, any jobs that they've saved, upcoming appointments. If they feel like the content that Handshake is pushing to them isn't of note, they can click on My Career Interests and they can actually select the things that they're interested in. They may already have some of this filled in, and so maybe it's just a matter of updating what they've got filled in. So if you ever hear a student say that things on Handshake just aren't quite resonating with them, it's a good opportunity to visit the My Career Interest. And of course, all the other settings and notifications exist under those initials. Over to the left are tabs that allow users to get more in depth. So we have a feed here. This is all those short form videos and content shared by Handshake users in the Handshake community. Inbox is where students who have searchable or public profiles will receive messages from employers who are hiring. They also might receive messages from the Career Center. This might be about canceling appointments, rescheduling appointments. Sometimes students email to cancel an appointment, and we can go into Handshake and adjust their appointment for them. Jobs are where a lot of students want to spend their time in Handshake. These are all the jobs and internships that are approved for Duke University. Each of these employers has been vetted, and these are the opportunities that they have to offer. So you can see right now we have about 27,000 jobs available. That number fluctuates throughout the year. And students can click on this bookmark to save an opportunity, come back later to apply. They can also review the job posting. Um, as always, some job postings are more detailed than others. This section here, I think, is really important, what they're looking for. Um, Lots of times students see this section and they only see one or maybe a couple of check marks and they think, well, I can't apply even though I'd like to. And this this box is actually not a preventative from applying. It's essentially something that Handshake offers to students as guidance. So Handshake will look at your profile, they'll look at what they know about you and make suggestions about how you match up to what this job is looking for. So it can be kind of confusing when you don't see a lot of check marks, but it's a job that you want to go for and that you meet most of the qualifications for. So I do recommend students just ignore this box if it's causing them stress and if it's preventing them, from applying to what they want to, because they can, they're not going to be stopped from applying to something because they don't have enough check marks in this section. And then also similar jobs. This is a great add-on at the bottom of every job posting. students can more quickly find related opportunities. The other thing I like to point out here is as students add filters and do more refined searches, they are given the option to be notified about jobs and opportunities like this. So, um, this is really helpful because opportunities are added real time. This can make Handshake searching and applying a lot more accessible, help the student apply to new opportunities earlier on as well. Um, the events section highlights a few things. Career fairs have their own call out, as well as you can see the difference between career center employer events, career center workshops, and employer events that are hosted by the employer. So lots of times these events may be virtual because the employer is really hosting for a large number of students across multiple universities. These events would be more like resume workshops, strengths debriefs, things like that. These might be coffee chats, info sessions, and then of course our career fairs are like our all industry fair, Tech Connect, our DEI reverse fair. Um, these happen usually like September, February of each year. And you can see here, students can similarly save upcoming events. They can register for events. They can learn quite a bit about who's hiring and the type of event that it is. People is another way, kind of similar to the feed. It's another way of connecting Handshake users with one another. So again, this is anyone who currently or maybe is an alum that has previously been on Handshake. If their profile is public, then they would be searchable and have their profile in the people section. So I think it encourages networking. This is a nice way to learn more about peers who've maybe had similar experiences as the ones that a student is also looking for. So it gives them a chance to connect with someone who might be able to offer advice. Employer pages are very helpful. Each employer in our system has their own profile page. And what you'll notice is students can learn a lot about the employer. So, for example, they can see the location, how many employers they have, and get a little bit of a blurb. I'm just going to click on this one so you can see the full page. If they have jobs posted right now, you can see that. Any upcoming events, you can see that. Students can follow the employer. The other great thing about employer pages is some employers will also list staff names. Let's do Stryker. Here we go. So you can see Stryker also includes people. So every employer can decide if they want their staff list to be public, and if so, who on their staff they want to be public. So if students are really curious about a particular employer and they want to know who to contact, they can visit the employer page and see if there's someone on their people list. And then this last tab here is for the Career Center. So this allows students to book appointments, view resources, they can share any experiences they have, and if there's any surveys open to them, they can access those there. And I think like this page also is helpful in seeing additional events, seeing a public staff list, things like that. So one thing that's really can be really helpful in Handshake to know is there's different ways to access the same information. So the more the student uses Handshake, the easier it will be for them to decide how best they want to use it. They might prefer to follow certain employers and just check those pages for events and job postings. Or they might opt to do several searches in jobs and in events, uh, weekly. So this is a really robust resource. It's kind of a one-stop shop for all things career related, career happenings here in the Duke Career Center and across other career centers on campus.